Hi guys, and welcome to Trucking Along with Kiersey. That's me, your positive voice in trucking. This is Special Request Saturday, and I got a couple questions about like dealing with maintenance and mechanical stuff and how difficult is the reefer. Apparently, one subscriber was told, quote unquote, you don't want to do reefer because you're going to have to oil change and flush the fluids all on your own and understand the engine of the reefer. We're going to talk about this stuff when you come back. Please stay tuned. I don't know where some of these people get this information or get these ideas, and I'm really loving people writing into me with these questions because I just don't know where that comes from. You know, when it comes to the truck needing maintenance, I just message my road assist people. Like right now I'm at a Petro, so if I needed something done, I could message my road assist person and say, I'm putting the truck in the shop, or I'm putting the reefer, the trailer in the shop at this Petro that I'm sitting at for this particular problem. Now, sometimes you have things that go wrong that have to go to a dealer, like a Freightliner dealer, an international dealer. Some things could be done in our company terminals. As you gain experience, you'll learn the difference between what can be repaired on the road at a Petro or a TA, what needs to go into a dealer, what needs to go to a terminal, and you'll learn the differences. Plus, your company will have different policies on how to deal with these type of repairs. When it comes to the reefer, telling somebody they have to do an oil change and like an engine flush or coolant flush or whatever, give me a break. You know what I do with that sucker? I hit the button to turn it on and I put fuel in the fuel tank. You know, every once in a while I have to push some buttons to change the settings for the temperature, and that's it. Like, I don't go changing oil. We have a PreTrip button where it runs through 17 different tests on the engine and the electrical stuff. It goes through, like, it checks the electrical, it checks the battery and the alternator, and it checks the various settings. Like, it has a heater on it. So if right now it's 20 degrees outside, but if my product needed to be set at 55 or 60, it's going to need a heater to boost that up. It checks the air conditioning features. It checks different engine speeds and things like that. So if you run that electrical pre-trip, you'll be forewarned if there's an issue, if there's a problem. Ours also flash, you know, check at next maintenance interval if there is some kind of an issue. To sit here and say and advise somebody not to go reefer because you don't want to deal with the mechanics is like ridiculous. There was one time, and don't ask me, I don't remember what the problem was. I do remember that when I messaged our road assist department, they basically sent me like a copy and paste explanation of, find the white wire that's connected to the battery solenoid, and then cross that with the black wire connected to blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay, send me a video. Send me a picture. Because I have no idea what you're talking about. And honestly, I'm going to guess, since you're like inside the building sitting on a phone and a little computer, that you don't know what you're talking about either. You probably just read it. And I'm not trying to disrespect those people. I'm just saying that we have different kinds of jobs. You know, this is a very hands-on job, and theirs is more of an academic job. They might have knowledge, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they know exactly what we're dealing with. I don't know, maybe they do, but when you're out here and somebody's telling you go find some solenoid, blah, 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 give me a break. Send me a video. And then the very next message was, 10-4, just take it to a Petro. Yeah, I thought so. Hello, that would have been so much easier. I could have already been there, but I've been waiting for your response. Yeah. So if you're concerned about coming out here because you don't want to clutch and drive a manual, well, most trucking companies, the big ones, they're all starting to turn over to automatics anyway. There are plenty of fleets that are almost 100% automatic. Do we still have some owner ops and lease ops at Prime that are in manuals? Yes, a handful. It's not like, you know, that we have 60% or 50% or anything like that. It's like 90%, 95% of the fleet at Prime is now automatic. So don't let the idea of a clutch and a manual scare you. But even if you do it, guess what? I did it too. So you can do it. You know, when it comes to the mechanics, do you really think that I get in there and I change belts and stuff? I don't even change filters. I don't do that. It's not my job. They will pay me to do stuff like that, but what is the point of me doing it when if I screw something up, then what? Then it's my fault. I'm not doing that. Let them go pay a mechanic to do it. And even better if I could get it into our own terminal, because then I'm saving them money and I'm not damaging the stuff more, and I'm not dealing with the stress because I'm not doing it. That might sound nasty. I know when there's something wrong with my truck. I can feel the difference. I, you know, can hear the sounds and hear the differences, but, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I know what I'm doing when it comes to mechanics. That's why they have certified mechanics. Now, those certified mechanics are not CDL holders, so they can't drive my truck and I can't do their job. Don't expect me to do that job. If you want me to be a mechanic, then you go pay for me to go through mechanic school, and I'll crawl under there and do whatever the heck you want. Be aware of who's giving you your information. Does this person really know? You know, was this person a driver at all? Did this person work for a mom and pop company, which, you know, a mom and pop probably would expect you to go and do something yourself. You know, they're trying to save mechanic costs, maintenance costs, and things like that. You know, lease ops and owner ops, sure, they may be working on stuff themselves, but when it comes to the reefer, there's no reason for them to do that unless they own the reefer. Like, you know, other than that whole, well, if my wheels aren't turning, I'm not earning concept of I don't have time to slow down, there's no reason to not, you know, to not repair the reefer, especially if you're a lease op, because if something goes wrong with that reefer and you didn't get it fixed properly and it goes out of temperature range and the whole load is rejected, that's going to come back on the lease op or the owner op, and they're going to have to pay for that entire load. People don't talk about that. I talked about it in my leasing video, that I don't think new people should, you know, new people shouldn't lease for the first year as far as I'm concerned. What you want to do after you get all your experience, that's something else, but I just think it's too much for people to learn, and I think there's too much risk that people don't discuss. You know, people don't even know what the risks are, and then they jump into it. Basically, no, I'm not a mechanic and I'm not doing it. So that is my video for Special Request Saturday. If you have a topic that you want me to discuss in my next Saturday video, then please comment down below, or you can email me at truckingalongfun@gmail.com, and that is down below. I'm really trying to put out videos answering questions that people had. If I don't know the answer, I'll find it. And if I really can't find it, somebody will comment down below my video and tell me I'm either full of crap or this is the way it is at that company or whatever. But don't let anybody intimidate you or scare you or give you wrong information. If you think something's, you know, not right, make sure you ask a bunch of different people. Don't just ask one. And you're gonna find that if you give 100 drivers, and this is something that Brett from truckingtruth.com says a lot. I'm a moderator there. Brett, the owner of truckingtruth.com, says that if you give 100 drivers the same load going from California to, say, New Jersey, okay, you're gonna find 100 different routes, 100 different times to stop and start, 100 different truck stops and places to stop and start and park along the way. You know, everybody does everything differently. That's one of the reasons why it's so difficult to try to teach people how to back, because backing is often a feeling thing. Every single backing scenario is completely different. Whether you're going into truck stops or you're going into customers, they're completely different. And a lot of times it's more of a feeling thing rather than, okay, I'm going to line up with this line and then turn real hard and swing back. And, you know, it's not cut and dry like that. I didn't understand this when I was in training, and I was really frustrated that my trainer kept telling me I can't teach you backing. And I didn't understand until I was a trainer and I tried to teach people how to back. You know, the worst thing you can do as a trainer is sit there and say left, 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 right, right, right. All right, get up, now I'm going to do it for you. Because they don't learn. But when it comes to backing styles, everybody is different. So even the way you set up your truck and the way you store things on your truck, everything is different. So take all the information that you can get from various people, regardless of whether it's trip planning or it's setting up your truck or it's information on divisions, the type of freight, you know, companies, the type of truck. Take as much information as you can and then figure out, decide who's credible and who isn't. Decide what you like and what you don't. You know, I have my jumper cables up there, above my head, over there. You know, somebody else might have them down below their bunk. I have a notepad, one of these notepads that clips onto a rubber band and is attached to my vent, so that I have all my directions written down. It doesn't matter if my navigation system goes down. It doesn't matter if my Rand McNally keeps saying out of route, and isn't working, because I have this stuff written down. It doesn't matter if my phone loses data and I can't see the directions anymore. I have it written down. Something else that a lot of people do, they'll get erasable markers. They'll write the route up on the windshield. You know, you write it over here if you want. Write it wherever you want. And then because they're dry erase markers, you can just wipe it off. It's not in the way for anything. But just like these tips, take the information you get, weigh it, what's good, what's bad, who's right, who's wrong, who's credible, who isn't. Because there's so much misinformation out there that you really have to try to discern who's credible. You know, even their motives for telling you. Some people just go off because it makes them feel good to think, oh, I know this and they look up to me. Okay. You know, that says more about them than it does about you for asking them. You know, I got off the Facebook groups because new drivers would come into the different driver groups and they'd say, oh, I don't know how to do this. How do I do this? What, you know, answer me this question. And some drivers, not all, but some, would get nasty and be like, well, why didn't you ask your trainer? Or where's your trainer? Why didn't you call your trainer? Your trainer should have taught you that. Well, hello, if the trainer taught them or they remembered, they wouldn't be asking now. And if they had a good relationship with their trainer, they probably would be calling them. But something probably happened on the truck and they don't get along, because that's life. So, you know, help people. You know, tell the truth and help people. Don't ridicule people who are seeking advice and assistance, because you did once too. And, you know, my intention with this channel is not to get views. Well, yeah, I want the views because I want people to watch them. But, I mean, it's not about trying to monetize the channel. It's not about trying to get you to go buy products off of Amazon. But the links are down below. So if you go buy Amazon, that would be really cool, because I get a little bit of affiliate marketing thing. But, you know, it just, I really, really want people to realize that they can do whatever they want. If your dream is to come out here and drive a truck, come on out here. If your dream is to buy a boat and move to Aruba, which I really hope I do one day, then save up your money and figure out a plan and do it. So I want you to put down below what kind of stupid myths did you hear about trucking before you came out here. And please like, comment, subscribe, ring the little notification bell. And I hope to see you out here trucking along. Bye.